And I have been elected as leader of my party and your Prime Minister, in part, to fix them. And that work begins immediately.
Calm, cool, confident and unfazed by the hecklers, Rishi Sunak pledged to the waiting media that he would undo the mistakes made by his short-lived predecessor. But as he moves into Downing Street, Sunak faces a hard task convincing Labour strongholds like Merseyside that he has their best interests at heart.
I will place economic stability and confidence at the heart of this government's agenda. This will mean difficult decisions to come.
Dave Toomer is a politics lecturer at Liverpool John Moores University.
In terms of the impact on the North West and on Merseyside in particular, well, I think most local political commentators would say that Rishi Sunak hasn't really endeared himself to deprived urban areas. If he really wants to turn things round in an area like Merseyside, in a region like Merseyside, he's going to have to reverse the massive spending cuts that have already taken place on Merseyside. Liverpool has lost something like 65% of its core funding in the last 10 years. And for some of that period, Rishi Sunak, of course, was Chancellor.
Conservatives, although few and far between Merseyside, welcome their new leader. Ron Watson is the former leader of the Sefton Conservatives.
I was very impressed. I thought he was a junior minister, he had a really good grasp of it. He was clearly knowledgeable. I thought his manner was good.
The Conservatives' sentiments are not shared across the region.
Those comments were utterly despicable. I mean, how he could justify saying them. Yeah, absolutely. There are underdeveloped, deprived areas all across the country and also in the northwest. What we need to see is living standards of ordinary people improved. But currently, we're seeing, the CEOs, the bankers, whose bonuses were lifted by Liz Truss, and the Bank of England, bosses laying out an economic policy. It's going to benefit them.
Almost could be a case of the Tory party almost using it as a distraction to be like, look, we now have the first British Asian Prime Minister, let's ignore the talk about the general election.
But I think with Boris gone and he had to go himself and then Truss had to go, I think a general election would be the only better, decent thing to, let the people decide now, and that's it, instead of the Conservatives who are just trying desperately to, hang on no matter what at the end of the day.
From Pickett, Mersey News Live, Liverpool.